Hey, what's up, guys? OTC Studios, extra here. Today we got something new. We got a new list and top 10 video. I normally don't do these, but this is like my first time doing this. I decided to do one, and I'm doing like top 10 brick film series. So basically, it's not really like a lonesome brick film, but this is based off 2 or more brick films into a series that are in the same timeline. Anyways, this is based solely off my opinion. If you have a different list, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Also, disclaimer: just because a certain series doesn't make it on the list doesn't mean I don't like it. This was literally just me thinking off the top of my head. There are probably so many good ones that I can't even think of right now. Anyways, onto the list. Alright, starting off this list is one of the innovators of the bricklaying community. I know some of you might disagree and say he needs to be higher on the list, and to that I say,
well, to each his own.
So basically, Akash LEGO Productions LEGO DC collection contains around 20 videos, and they are all great with beautiful plots and complex characters, and the amazing animation. Definitely worth checking out. Some of my favorites are Justice League Salvation and Young Justice. So number 9, we have Jake and Adam, one of the best comedy series in the LEGO community. Obviously, I know Boxster TV is no longer doing brick filming, but that doesn't mean this isn't a good series. Jake and Adam was one of the very few LEGO comedy series that can actually get a genuine laugh out of me. The story seems very simple, but it's the comedy that puts it up so high. Not saying the comedy was brilliant or anything, but it holds a special place in my heart. Pretty much a bias. Anyways, some of my favorite episodes are Danny's Revenge, Cops and Robert, and Jake's Birthday. So before going with this, there are more DC entries than Marvel entries on this list. In fact, this is the only Marvel entry. That's because I prefer DC more, but that does not mean there aren't any amazing Spider-Man series. See what I did there? Anyways, this series is actually quite good since it started back in 2013. Paradox has been able to capture audiences with a stunning visuals, story, and you can never go wrong with the Paradox Pictures story. Mario definitely knows what he's doing. Some of my favorite episodes are And Then There Were Six, and the finale part 1 and 2. Now, at the 7th spot is LEGO Story Workshop, one of my favorite brick filmers, and he's also my
minifigure.
Ramsey has managed to make one of the best and most entertaining LEGO Batman series. He has a beautiful story arc with really unique style of animation that Ramsey has seemed to perfect it. And it's also a special day whenever he uploads. He just wrapped up a new Arkham City, which was magnificent. Some of our favorites being Origins Volume 2, The Dark Knight Volume 3, Arkham City Volume 1, and Arkham City Volume 5. Brick Tavern, another innovator of the brick community. He's producing some of the most amazing stories and visually stunning animations, and not to forget some of the best set design ever. He definitely has influenced many brick filmers while also taking inspiration from others such as Force Fire 101, such as the comedy aspect of his Batman videos, but they're rather more appropriate, I'd say, for a younger audience. Some of my favorites from his LEGO Batman series are LEGO Batman, The Christmas Special 2, Black Mask, and The Killer Croc. All are amazing and definitely worth checking out. Now, we're on to the top 5. We have LEGO Skyrim. This is made by Video Master Studios, and it's actually really good. It inspired me to make this list. I know some of you might consider this a recreation, not that I have a problem with recreations, but Skyrim is such a diverse and unique game, you have to take into account every gameplay and character is different, so it kind of acts as a gray area. Anyways, the reason this ranks so high is due to the amazing set design, which reminds me a lot of Brotherhood Workshop, and the beautiful cinematography with visually stunning shots, and the story is naturally good, being based off Skyrim, with my favorite part being part 2. Now, we have one of the very few superhero entries on this list, with American Outlaw, probably the oldest brick film on this list, with the original episode 1 coming out back in 2007. That was 12 years ago. Now, the camera quality is a bit dated, but it fits since it's a western. The story is quite compelling, and you just don't see anything like it today. This is literally like a frozen moment in time, because it's also a classic. The thing that sucks is there aren't really enough historical fiction brick films anymore. I definitely see a place in the market for them, and my favorite episodes are part 2. Now, on to the top 3. My third pick is Caleb Christopher's LEGO Batman series, with 2 titles, LEGO Batman Reassembled and Rebuilt, respectively. They are both some of my favorite brick filmers, being both beautifully made. They have amazing voice casts, story, animation, and set design. The story in both is quite simple but good, definitely warranting such a high place. Also, I'd say it's quite underrated, and it's a bit forgotten. That's the sad thing. Caleb hasn't uploaded in 4 years, but it's still good while it lasted. My favorite of the 2 is Reassembled. Coming in second place at silver is Main Truths 11's masterpiece of a LEGO Batman series, which is actually criminally underrated and has always been one of my childhood favorites, as it's definitely inspired me to brick film along with others. Main 211 has definitely got his series on lock. It reminds me of BTS, and now the animation was a bit choppy in the first season, but improved in the second. He has some of the best set design and has really nice editing, making all of his effects 100% Lego. Some of my favorite parts being Episode 1, Season 1, and Episode 4, Season 2. And if you haven't guessed the number one spot yet, it's 4-Star 101. It's like the Batman collection. He's the OG of brick filming, and he's also my favorite brick filmer. Any comedy series was inspired off this for sure. I'm also quite certain he inspired at least 90% of the brick filming community with his amazing animation and his amazing Batman series, which was just like Jake and Adam, was one of the very few series that actually had a genuine laugh out of me. It also had a very extensive cast, beautiful cinematography, fantastic set design, and amazing plots. In my opinion, making this a masterpiece. Some of my favorite episodes are Alfred's Party, Batman, Spider-Man, and Superman movie, the Joker's Team Up, and Batman The Rises full movie. Anyways guys, that was my list. Please leave your list in the comments below, and I ask you to be respectful to one another. Links to their channels will be below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the main channel. Peace.